Welcome to the last day of week 1. You did it. This is the last day. You owe it to yourself. Give me 15 minutes and you can turn me off. You don't have to see me till next week. The first thing we're going to do is a top push-up hold. Go ahead and go down. Again, we have done this before, but we're going to go for 1 minute today. Again, we are pushing through the top of our back as hard as we can, tension through, squeezing our butt and tucking our tailbone, and breathing very, very deep. For 1 minute total. If you have to break it into 10-second increments, that's okay. Go ahead and turn sideways. Now again, if you can't do a regular push-up hold, and notice how her arms are directly under herself. They're not in front of herself. So go ahead and walk your hands out. This is going to put a lot of stress on the shoulder, which we don't want. We want our hands to be directly under ourselves. A good aiming point is put your thumbs right by your nipples and then push up from there, okay? Now, again, drop to your knees. I'm still, even if I'm on my knees, I'm still pushing through the upper part of my back. This is what we're working right here. And also our fish gills or our serratus on this side. Now again, if this is too easy, walk your feet under yourself. This is going to be the easiest position right here. Pushing through those hands, pushing through that upper back, rounding that upper back, and then you can continue to graduate to knees further back and further back and further back. This is for 1 minute. Our next exercise. We're going to lay straight down on the ground. Now this is a good one. What we're going to do, you're going to set your timer, microwave timer, anything that has a timer where you're at in the world, and we're going to literally go for 3 minutes. Set your timer for 3 minutes. We're going to go 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off for 3 minutes on cross crawls. So we know what to do, opposite arm, opposite leg, 30 seconds straight, rest for 30 seconds, 30 seconds straight, rest for 30 seconds for 3 minutes in a row. Ready? Ready, babe? What? Ready? Go ahead and pop up. Now, our next exercise. You can use a basketball. We used a pillow before. You can use anything, and if it's too easy, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use weight, a dumbbell, a rock, anything in your house where we can squat and push. Again, you can have a chair. You can make that chair high to where you're barely hinging down and sitting. But again, if you're good to go, let's go ahead and get low. Let's push that out. Let's push through our feet, into our hips, into our butt, squeezing and pushing that ground down and away. Up. Good. Up. Now, I want you to face the front. What you're going to notice, if my hips are tight, my wife is a lot more flexible than me. She has a narrow hip canal, meaning when I'm here, I'm not as flexible as she is. I'm going to lose range of motion in the context behind why we're even doing a squat. I'm going to open my feet nice and wide and open my hips up so I can become a lot more flexible without doing a stretch immediately. I'm just opening up my body for more range of motion. My knees are going to be going out, tracing my toes. There's my squat. Everyone has a different squat pattern. Don't judge yourself off each other. We have, again, we're going to do 40 repetitions, squatting out, pushing the ball out, or a dumbbell or weight, or a duffel bag, pushing it out, pushing the ground away, 40 reps, okay? We're going to do 3 sets. In between, again, we're going to go ahead and add in core. We're going to lay down on the ground. If you have a mini band, or a husband that doesn't want to leave you alone, I'm going to lift my legs up and I'm going to try to spread them through my hands. So I'm going to put tension, I'm going to squeeze through my hands this way, and I'm going to hold. If you don't have a mini band, hold your legs there, put your hands behind your head like a crunch, and I'm going to do a half sit up. I'm going to crunch up, down, crunch up, down, crunch up, down. Now what I don't want to happen is I don't want to have a lot of room back here in the back when I'm doing a sit-up. So I want you to imagine I'm pushing your belly button through the ground, which grounds your erectors, and I'm going to try to breathe out as I go up. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Now that's in between every single squat set, 20 reps, 3 times through. I heard you breathing hard on that one, I love that. So next thing we're going to do, our next exercise is hip extensions. Hip extensions. So I'm going to turn sideways, not hip circles, not straight leg, but again, extension. So again, we're going to work on flossing this erector in your lower back, which runs down into your lower back and glutes, which can get really tight when the leg gets away from the body. So I'm going to lift one leg up, Again, bend it at a 90-degree angle, tension through one leg in the glute, and I'm gonna push out as far as I can, and I'm gonna pull that leg in as far as I can here, and I'm gonna extend out. I had 2 bulging discs, and this is one of the exercises that really taught my lower back on how to extend without a bunch of pain. We're gonna go 60 reps each leg. If you actually do 60 reps each leg, you will get a stimulus. It will start to burn. It'll start to hurt your hips and your foot and your calf in a great way. Don't run from it, run right at it. You heal you. Go ahead and rest. Our next thing, one of my personal favorites that I've been doing at home most of quarantine, we're gonna lay on our back. We have hamstring walkouts. Now again, this is progressive and regressive. You do it to your fitness level, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into our glute bridge, which we now know how to do. I'm gonna go ahead and glute bridge up. Now I'm gonna walk my feet out. I'm gonna walk my feet out as far as I can. My wife's in great shape. She's gonna go almost flat to the ground. All the tensions in the hamstrings, all the way back up, all the way down. Ladies, if you want a very good looking backside and posterior chain, the hamstrings have to match the glute. We're not talking about Botox butt. We're talking about actually gaining strength in our hamstring and glutes so they match each other. You can't have a big butt without big hamstrings and vice versa. So what we're gonna do while my wife is still kicking ass is you're gonna set your timer for 1 minute and do as many as you can straight. If it's 1 rep every 30 seconds, good for you. If you can only go out to here, so go back, I know you're crushing it right now. If you can only go back to here and you have to hold, that is still good work. That is still a progression. If you can start to walk out 1 inch, that's great. It's on you. You're setting your timer for 1 minute, doing it as long as you can. You're gonna do that twice. One of my favorite things, again, like I talked about, I hurt my back very bad in football, hurt my back after playing college football, in bodybuilding and powerlifting. I've had 2 bulging discs. One thing that people don't realize, the abductors and the adductors play a lot into how the back works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn sideways. I'll start forward. I'm gonna do a half squat. I'm gonna put the ball between my legs, between my knees. I'm gonna do a half squat out. I'm gonna draw my hands out, or a quarter squat if you can't get down that long, so go a little higher. Now, I'm gonna put tension in my hands, squeeze my hands shut, tension, and I'm gonna try to pop the ball. A lot of you people, don't freak out, will feel scar tissue and pops in your hips and lower back. It is increasing your range of motion by tension. We're gonna squeeze as hard as you can, as long as you can, okay? Any kind of ball, anything. So go ahead and turn sideways. Same thing here, just do a little quarter squat. Butt goes back. I'm gonna squeeze the ball as hard as I can, try to pop it. You're gonna go for 1 to 2 minutes as long as you can. Rest. What'd you say? Okay, the last thing we're gonna do for 1.5 minutes. Set that timer for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Go ahead and turn sideways. I'm gonna do curls. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my hands like I'm curling as hard as I can. I'm gonna squeeze these biceps all the way up, all the way up. I'm gonna open my hands. I'm gonna keep my wrist open and my palms open like I'm ready to get a high five. And I'm gonna push down as hard as I can into my triceps, and I'm gonna curl. Now pick up the tempo and go as fast as you can for a minute, all the way up, all the way down. Feel free to do 2 or 3 sets, do 4 sets. All the way up, all the way down as hard as I can. If you wanna hold weight, hold something. Congratulations, you have completely finished week 1. Just to let you know, you can use any of these workouts and modalities, progressions, regressions. If they make you feel good, do more. Run right at it. If you don't feel good, let's switch the context and do less. What I care about is all of these workouts I programmed I did it with a lot of intent, knowing you could, if you like something, you can implement it throughout the day to make yourself feel better. Use all of these tips. You owe me tips every single day. Congratulations, you finished week 1. I'll see you for week 2.